Hello everyone, welcome to another video on this channel. We're going to talk about Virgin Galactic SPCE again, the stock, and why. Because in 2 days, on June 29th, it will finally happen. The first official commercial flight will take place, the first official launch of everything they basically built the last 20 years. So it's a big day, Thursday. And if that will be successful, it might mean a lot for the company and also for the stock. Today, the stock is up almost 4% at $4.30. But as you can see, we really dropped quite a lot since the top at around $6.14 on June 21st. We dropped to 430 within a couple of days, and also because of course we did have an offering, and it kind of seems like people are not really too hyped anymore, but I still am, and I'm still looking forward to that day, and I do expect that it will be really volatile, also because the last launch period right here was very volatile as well. So I do still think the stock can really move a lot this week. Now, some brief information can be found on The Verge on the launch. It basically tells you that the launch will be performed by 3 Italian crew members. They will do some experiments as well during the flight. And here it says, if the mission is successful, Virgin Galactic could soon start competing with rival companies offering commercial passenger flights into space, such as SpaceX and the Blue Origin. Now, it also says, as I told, there will be some scientific experiments being conducted, and yeah, there's basically some information also about the fact that they did sign their first contract in 2019 and it had some delays, but finally it is gonna happen in 2 days. Now back to the stock. So yeah, it basically actually dropped a lot ever since the announcement that the flight window was there and that the first commercial flight would take place. We did drop from the low sixes to now the low fours. It's almost like a 40% drop from that level. However, today we did nicely bounce off the 50-day moving average. Seems like that's a nice support there. And it also seems like some sort of reversal candle. Now, when the launch will take place, I definitely think that if it's going to be successful, we should monitor the big resistance area, which is somewhere around the 650. It's the high in February, and we had kind of a lower high in February as well. And then, of course, in June, we also had a high of around 620. So it seems like that area, the 620 between 650, is definitely the big resistance for the stock. And if that can be broken, we could definitely have much more room up, as there's not too much resistance on the upside. Now, looking at the weekly, we do see that the first big resistance above that is at $15. It's the 200-week moving average. It's always a big indicator. However, because the stock is not listed for too long, I honestly do think $15 could be a little high there. But there are some more interesting points as a resistance. So we do have the $8. We do have the period right here around $11 where we had a big resistance. So it's definitely areas to watch if it's going to be successful. And I'd say on the longer term, this area is definitely interesting to watch. So then we're talking about 6 plus to $11. Now, how to play it. So if the launch is going to be successful and we are moving back up to $6, then of course you might be looking into just adding shares right now prior to the launch, or you might be looking into options. Now, please be aware that options are very risky. So if you are not really familiar with it, be careful that they're really risky, way more risky than, for example, regular shares. Now, we do see that the $5, the 550 and the 6, and then I'm talking this week, so Friday the 30th, are actually not priced, in my opinion. This is not financial advice, but in my opinion, they're not priced too high. Why? Because during the big move up, we basically went up from $4 to $6 to $2, 50%. And basically, the 5 at this stage is only 20 cents, the 550 only 13 cents. So it's really not a lot, in my opinion. And I do think that if you are want to make a small bet, you can, for example, buy a few calls on the 550 or potentially 6. And let's say the launch doesn't go well, it gets delayed, or anything goes wrong, the stock will, of course, definitely drop below the $4, and we would potentially be looking at the area right here, kind of the latest support of 330. What would be interesting then would be looking at, for example, a put at 4 or at 350. Now, a put can also be really interesting if you only got shares and you kind of want to hedge yourself or buy some insurance in case anything goes wrong or there is a delay, which will be bad for the stock. So options are a great way to play with the stock, to play with the launch, also because the profits can be really nice. However, really be careful because it's also, of course, potential that you're going to lose your money playing with the options. So be careful on that. Now, in the next couple of days, might do some more videos on SPCE and where it might be heading after the launch. Please, in the comments, let me know what you think about the launch and how it will affect the stock price. Also, please let me know if you want to see other stocks being discussed on this channel. Also, don't forget to leave a like and a subscribe. And then I hope to see you all in the next video.